Hey guys, welcome to another blunderful vid with me. Hope you're having a fabulous day. After our last class, we discussed how y'all would like to see some more modifiers and some more tricks, so that's what I'm going to show you. On this frame, I have a cube, and what I did was I copied it, and then I scaled it down just a wee bit. I'll show you. So it fits just inside. Okay. And now we're going to listen to my dogs bark because someone's dog outside is going nuts and barking their fool head off. And what we're going to do is we're in edit mode and we're going to subdivide. Oops, too many times. There we go. That's all we need for this. All right, now I'm going to go to faces and make a door and a window and a window, and can only do one side at a time, and I'll show you why. Next, we're going to extrude X and bring that way out, okay? And then over here, let's make some windows. And actually, there's a faster way I can do that once I know where I'm placing them. Ta-da! Press C and select all those. And then we're going to extrude Y, way out, and out the back. And let's do here and here and here, because we want to make our sliding door. And in fact, I'm going to do these two, a big sliding door or whatever. And then got to have our upper windows. And then extrude X. Oops, because those were still done. Because I didn't click off to undo those. Control Z is our friend. Alright, extrude X. Bring them way out. And more windows. Okay. Extrude Y, way out. Why did we do all that? I'll show you. We're going to pull this back. We want it centered just so. Alright. Now there's a couple different ways we could have done this. Now I'm showing you this way, and there's issues a little bit with doing either way, okay? So we'll go to our modifier, add modifier. Oh, wait, first I want to click on our first cube. And this cube, by the way, is cube 1. And our first cube is cube, okay? That's important. Add modifier, Boolean. Operation is going to be difference. The object is going to be cube 1. And apply. And now, scooch that out of the way. And look, we've got our cutouts for windows and doors. Cool, huh? And very easy, and we still have a roof, and the inside is finished. And you know the inside is finished because I have back-faced culling hit. Now you're saying, hey, that looks pretty darn good though. What do you mean there's an issue with it? I'll show you. And one of the things I should have done, but didn't, was dissolve all the faces. So, oops, see, and I will show you that here, what I mean by that. Because all these cuts now, all these faces are part of this. So what I should have done was right away before I did that, mesh, delete, dissolve faces. And now that's one face instead of 4. See, I should have done all that first, but I didn't. Okay, and now you see the inside is just all messy. And the verts on the outside are kind of funky. And you can probably fix that when you text your map, okay? You're going to have to be clever. But now we're going to have to be a little bit clever here, and I'll show you. I'm going to go ahead and hit C and just do it fast. Mesh, delete, dissolve faces. Ta-da! Now that part is one face. And you can see here it's got a funny kind of a lip. Now that's because the other block, remember, was scaled down, so it fits a little bit funny, but that's okay. You can work with that, right? Yeah. So let's do the same thing here. And let's see how many of these faces we can get rid of here. And why do we want to do this? Why do we want to do this? Because we want to make it as low poly as we can, which means low vert. Oops, not letting us do that. Why is it not letting us? Because it's divided. Okay, so we can do this. Not that one, probably. Okay, and we can do this side. And then we can maybe do this. Let's find out. Let's find out. And then, oops. That was interesting. Wasn't that interesting? Let's see if it lets us. Ta-da! And now let's see if it'll let us do this. And pretty much as with anything else in Blender, you have to play with it and get it to do what you want. And that one's not going to let us. That's okay. Will let us do this one. Let's find out. Yes. Now let's see if it lets us do this one. Yes. Alright. So it's down to 2 faces from tons more. And then you would just want to go through and do that all the way around on the walls. But guess what? Don't ignore the little details, like this one. Every single vert you can get rid of is good. Unnecessary vert. So that's one method we could use, okay? Hello. But there's another method. And it's going to have work too, okay? There's going to be extra work involved with it too. But I'll show you. That's on this one. Now, again, I started with a cube. I copied it, made it a little smaller. And then I did the Boolean operation just with that. So then what I had, and let me show you, I remembered, well, I didn't need to remember because I didn't need a whole bunch of extra faces on it. So when we look at this one, I subdivided it so I could make my doorway here. But this is where it got tricky. Alright, and I'll show you by making a Windows. So if we go here, alright, delete faces. But look, see, if turn this way. Da-da, they're still there. So what we have to do see? But when we go to delete them now, things aren't quite lining up. And now we need to turn off backface culling so we can see what we need to do. And it's not quite lined up because again, the other cube was a little bit smaller, right? So now what we need to do is go to lines, and we need to clean this up a bit. So we hit a line and this line. We want these two to be lined up. And so, or rather we want our windowsill. So we go to Mesh, Faces, all the way up to Make Edge Face. And now we've created an edge. We're going to do that here. Mesh, Faces, Make Edge Face. And we need to do that all the way around on all of our windows. I'm only going to do this one window though, just to show you, because otherwise it's going to be a really long video. But I need to show you how to fix something with it. And if you can hear the neighbor's dog barking its fool head off, I apologize. My guess is there are mass murdering leaves floating around the neighborhood. And ta-da! And now we're going to turn on backface culling. There we go. And we can see that nothing is facing the wrong way because nothing's invisible there. But it's kind of distracting with everything else, so I'm going to go ahead and turn that off now. Now, the problem we have, of course, is, see, not quite even, and someone probably wants even windows. So, while we're in line mode, we're going to do this. And what we're going to do is go here, and we're just going to even that out a bit. See? And we can do that all the way around. So like over here, see how it's on a slant? We might not want that slant. Though I think it gives it kind of a cool picture-like look, but some people might not want that. We just line it up. There. And you just go around and tweak it that way. And when you're done, it's all lined up. Well, except you got this weirdness here now on the inside. There's going to be give and take. There ain't much we can do about that. Or you can just go with the picture cell look. Windowsill look. Now, this, of course, would probably go away anyways once we did what? That's right, this. My dogs. Oh, and the other thing I did was I did a loop cut and slide at the bottom to make the doorway. So I would have the separate area, so there would be a door sill, door threshold. There we go. And mesh, and faces, and not faces, delete, and dissolve faces. There we go. We'll have to see how that turns out when we go to texture, which might be a different class because there's some other stuff I have to cover in this class. Alright, so that's how to fix that. And then, of course, once you've got everything all cut up and done and you've got what you want, you're going to want to go through and start lowering your count. Okay? And get rid of every face that you don't need to be a separate face. Got it? Pretty easy. But once you're done, you'll have this one prim, one mesh object house. And then, of course, for texturing, you want to assign the textured face areas. And then you might, at that point, decide that it needs to be more than one mesh object, because keeping in mind, you can only have 8 different textures showing different texture areas. Okay? Okay, so I had to pause for a little bit, and I have no clue where I left off, except obviously dissolving faces to show you how to, again, lower the try count. Okay? So that's the second way of doing it, and as you can see, of course, it makes a much neater, tidier overall layout for the UV map, right? Okay, and then something else to show you. I started working on, whoops, look at that. So my thought process with this was sort of like an Art Deco lamp. Alright, and I'll show you how I made that. Kind of fun. So, first we start not with a cylinder, but with a sphere. Okay? And, you know, with more shaping and stuff, we probably could have gotten away with a cylinder, but the sphere is going to work best for what I want to show you. So we're going to go to our modifiers, simple deform, okay, taper, and remember you have to be in edit mode, and we're going to taper it. I did a pretty severe taper on the last one. Let's do it this way and see if we can get more of an Art Deco-y look. Alright, then we go to object mode and apply, rotate X, and actually we didn't have to rotate it, we could have worked on it upside down, might even have been a little easier. Alright, edit mode. Now what we're going to do, eek, there we go, C, and let's do one more. Missed all these, grab those, there we go. Got them all, okay. And, yep, I want to grab that layer too. Little more. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Now this one is, you can't see it, but its faces is 512. Its tries are 960. Okay, as is, it's 960 tries, which is going to be high for what we want. Okay, so what we're going to do is go to faces. There's a couple of different ways we can do it, but let's do it this way and see what happens. What we're going to do is this, and just like the other everything, and then we're going to, now I showed you how to do it this way, the long way, right? Which was mesh, delete. Now what I want you to do is pay attention to what these shortcuts are. Alright? Delete is X. Dissolve faces is S, dissolve. Or dissolve edges or dissolve vertices. You don't have to worry about which one you're picking as long as you're on the right one here, and we're on faces. Alright? So let's try that. Whoa, those are still lit up. Undo that and start over. Good thing we did that. Good thing I did that, I know. Royal we. Ha ha ha. And I'm going to go ahead and choose that one. So we know it started with X, see? And then S. And here's our shortcut, and it did it. And now we're down to, well, still 960. Interesting. But our faces went down. XS. And we're going to do this all the way around. Now, I don't want to bore you to tears with me doing all this, so I'm going to go ahead and hit pause and do this all the way around. And I screwed up. I forgot. I did this in the wrong order. So what I have to do is delete and start over, because of course we can't do that part until we make the Art Deco-y part of the lamp. So add mesh, sphere, not cylinder. And modifier, simple deform, taper, edit mode, about there. Apply, rotate X. Alrighty. Line mode. Yes, I screwed that up. C. I'm going to make this big. See, if I make it big, I can capture pretty much everything I want all at once, except I grabbed too much. So let's do it again. C. And then just grab the ones that we didn't get. And there. Missed one. Control Z. Okay. Looks like I want this line too. Too much. That's okay. Whoa, that's not okay. Alrighty. Then what we're going to do is 1, 2, 3, 4. switch to verts. Okay. What we're going to do is bring those down. You see it's starting to take shape. What we're going to do is come here. Oop, I screwed up there, didn't I? Yep, I screwed up there. That's all right. I do that because I'm trying to do this so fast. Because you don't want to know how close it is to class time, and I don't have this done yet. And I still have to process it and then publish it and process it again. Bring that down. Okay. Alright, so it's starting to have a bit of a Tiffany lamps type feel. I missed a couple spots here somehow. That was my dog. He's becoming asthmatic or something in his old age. Doesn't he sound nice? There we go. And then we want to start lowering the polys and everything on it. So we're going to go to face C. Mesh, delete, face dissolve. There we go. And then we want to do that all over. I wonder how many of these we can grab and have it not lose the look. That turned out pretty good, eh? And of course you want to do the inside. Weird. Okay, I don't think that worked very well. So there we go. Try this way. Access. And all the way around, blah, blah, blah. You get the gist, right? Alright, so I'm going to go to this, and then we're going to hit smooth. There we go. That looks a little better, but still not quite what I wanted, right? So let's scale on X. Bring it in that way a little. Scale on Y. Bring it in that way a little. It's looking a little better now. And this part, of course, would be the bulb area for the lamp. But how did I make that curly bit, right? I'll show you. We're going to add curve. And I did a curly curve, which gave me that. Okay. Now this was a bit fiddly to get what I wanted. Figure it out, right? So what we're going to do is object, convert mesh from curve meta surface text. Ta-da! Okay, now we're going to do this, and click on it somehow. Alright, we're just going to do A. There we go, and everything is done. Now extruding it was tricky. What I finally figured out was I hit E for extrude and Z, and it didn't work. I am in edit mode. Alright. E for extrude Y. No. Why isn't it working? Why the hell isn't it working? It worked before. Object, convert, mesh from. E, Z. And it's still not working. Well, somehow I got it to work yesterday when I was screwing around with it, and that's how I made that one. So I'll figure it out again and figure out what the hell I did to get it to extrude to make that. But that's what I ended up with, okay? Alright, I'm going to sign off this video now because, of course, I'm going to start swearing even more soon. So have a blunderful, blunderful day. Big hug. See you in class.